What's good, YouTube? It's your boy OTM Drive back in this bed for another. Y'all see the motherfucking title today. I know y'all see that title. Shit is crazy, shit is getting bad. We in 2026. Before we hop into the video, I just want to ask you guys to take the time out to click that motherfucking subscribe button. $0.99 for y'all to sub up. So sub the fuck up. Do me this favor. Yes, you sitting right there on that motherfucking couch with your toes out, sub the fuck up, y'all. But anyways, the title of today's video is football star used ChatGPT to try to cover up girlfriend's killing. Shit is crazy. We about to get straight into it. We're not doing no more talking. Let's see what the fuck going on with this fucked up ass story. ChatGPT, chat?
Watch this. I wonder if they get the message. I ain't going broke. Ran up down 300 racks at that corner store. You could catch me in the hood where you wouldn't want to go, or down south asking niggas what they get the.
In the case of the former first-round NFL draft pick, now an accused killer. For the first time, a courtroom heard what Darren Lee told police when they arrived at his home after he allegedly killed his girlfriend, claiming he had no idea what happened. But then came the bombshell. What prosecutors say he asked ChatGPT after the murder and before he called 911. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart.
Nah, ChatGPT is crazy.
Hey guys, real quick, I want to tell you about this app that you're going to use every day.
ChatGPT is fucking insane.
The first round of the 2016 NFL draft, he signed a deal that was for 4 years and it was worth roughly $10 million. But this is Lee now. After one of his recent court appearances, this video per WBNS television, he's shackled, he's in a jail jumpsuit, and he is currently being held without bond. Lee is accused of killing his fiancée on February 5th inside their home near Chattanooga, Tennessee. Her name was Gabriella Perpetuo. She was just 29 years old. Her obituary shows pictures of her working as a nurse and spending time with family and friends. Her family is
not the RN nurse, chat. Oh my gosh, y'all.
Filed a civil wrongful death lawsuit against Lee, seeking $50 million. And that lawsuit is shedding some light on what they...
Chat, what do you think she could have done? Or do you think the nigga's just crazy?
Believe happened inside the home where she lost her life. Now, before we talk about that lawsuit, I need to break down what we just learned about what Lee reportedly said to law enforcement on that day in February that they responded to his home.
CPR in progress. Snow Cone Way, off Snowy Owl. I'm a 29-year-old female.
This is a picture of the body cam footage that was played at Lee's preliminary hearing in Hamilton County, Tennessee, per WTVC television. Now, you can see in this picture, Lee is speaking to a first responder, still wearing some NFL gear on his front patio. Now, Lee was the one who called 911, and he told law enforcement he had no idea what happened to Gabriella. Prosecutors played roughly 10 minutes of the body cam video in court. And according to WTVC, Lee is heard on that body camera saying, quote, "She wasn't saying anything. And that's when I called 911 immediately. And I was like, what's going on?" But then prosecutors unveiled what they say are dozens of messages that Lee had sent to ChatGPT. And they argue those messages are proof that he knew exactly what happened to Gabriella and that he is a...
Bruh. I ain't gonna lie. Chat, the nigga is deep fried, bruh. The Negro is deep fucking fried, y'all. What? ChatGPT, bro. Nigga asked ChatGPT for he asked ChatGPT for advice, gang. That is crazy. Bruh.
Allegedly, the one who did it. Now, before we get to the ChatGPT part of this, we need to talk about the fall from grace that Darren Lee has had. Frankly, saying fall from grace, it's an understatement considering everything that this guy had going for him for most of his life. Lee was a standout college athlete, played linebacker at Ohio State, and in 2015, He was the defensive MVP of the Sugar Bowl when the Buckeyes beat Alabama. He had 7 tackles in that game, 3 for a loss, and 2 sacks. Now, even if you don't know football, Those are monster numbers. And that game, it's one of the great games the Buckeyes have played in the last 20 years because they went on to win the national championship that year. And then in the spring, Lee cashed in big time financially because he signed a contract for more money than most people see in a lifetime. He was the 20th overall pick in the NFL draft by the New York Jets.
Oh,
so
shit.
Lee goes and
he went first round, chat. The nigga was hooping.
plays in the biggest media market. He's a millionaire. But the pros did not go as well as his college career did. He only lasted a couple years in New York. Some might label him a bust. He did bounce around for a few more years, including a stint with the Chiefs in 2019 where he actually won a Super Bowl. He also played for the Raiders and the Bills. Now, even though he didn't go on to have a Hall of Fame NFL career, let's be honest, from a financial standpoint, he should be in a good place. He made more than $10 million. His last season, though, was in 2021, and attorneys for Gabriella's family have reportedly said that Lee hasn't worked for the past 5 years. Now, even though he may have been comfortable from a financial standpoint, Lee is also someone who has had issues with the law and issues with domestic violence long before this murder case. For example, in 2023, he was arrested in Franklin County, Ohio on a charge of domestic violence knowingly causing physical harm. He eventually pleaded guilty to an assault charge in that case, and a no contact order was issued. And in that case, according to local media reports, Lee was accused of punching a woman in the face multiple times. Now, at this
the blood clot, the boy just violent to Russ clot,
recent hearing this week in Tennessee, where he is facing this murder charge, prosecutors reportedly said that Lee is actually on probation as we speak, related to a case out of Florida where he was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. So,
chat, so this nigga got multiple cases already on top of this murder? Gang, he's deep fried. He's cooked. You're a monster.
now you know a little bit more about him. You can see he is someone who certainly had every opportunity, but at the same time has a troubled past when it comes to domestic violence in the legal system.
For sure.
With all that said, let's go to February 5th and what prosecutors say happened to Gabriella inside this home in Hamilton County, Tennessee. Now, when law enforcement arrived, it was around 1:30 in the afternoon. Law enforcement say that they spoke with Lee, and he told them, reportedly, he had no idea what happened to Gabriella, even though she had some very significant injuries that we're going to talk about in just a moment. And it's also important to note that he said that he called 911 immediately. Prosecutors later say that he did shed some light on what potentially happened to Gabriella, claiming that she fell through a glass shower door. But police say that Lee also sent those messages to ChatGPT a full day before law enforcement were even called. And that could be incredibly damning for Lee as this case plays out. Now, prosecutors say...
A full fucking day, chat? There's no way.
According to WTVC television, that there was blood in multiple rooms of this house. Now, these are pictures of the crime scene shown in court. In the blue you see there is where law enforcement say blood was found on the floor, on the walls. Court documents show that Gabriella had multiple stab wounds and bruising on her head and her eyes. Blood was found on the toilet in several rooms. Blood was found in Lee's BMW. Blood was
This nigga's terrible, bro. How the fuck?
Found in the kitchen, allegedly. So let's get to these ChatGPT messages, because you can see here, just based off of the forensic evidence that prosecutors say they have, Lee's story of allegedly falling through a glass shower door, that doesn't seem to add up at this point. And then there's what he did the day before.
L prompt. L prompt, chat. L prompt.
On ChatGPT that the prosecution presented this week. Now, prosecutors argue that Lee used the chatbot as a legal advisor to allegedly cover up a crime scene and to know what to...
Nah, a legal advisor is really crazy, fam. What?
...to say to law enforcement. One of those messages reportedly read, quote, "Don't know what to do right now. Fiance did her crazy thing again, and now she's messed up. I wake up and she has 2 swollen eyes. I didn't do anything, self-inflicted. She stabbed herself, slit her eye, IDK, but she isn't waking up or responding. What do I do?" Now, even though as you read that, Lee is trying to argue that Gabriella did these injuries to herself, it's important to remember that he sent this, according to prosecutors, a full day before he called 911. Now, prosecutors say that ChatGPT actually responded by reportedly saying, quote, "Here's what to say without framing it as police trouble." Now, Lee is facing a charge of first-degree murder. He is being held without bond in Tennessee. Gabriella's family filed a $50 million wrongful death lawsuit against Lee, and that suit reads that Gabriella sustained, quote, "severe bodily injuries, including but not limited to blunt force trauma to the head, resulting in severe brain injury, a fractured cervical spine/neck, multiple puncture and stab wound to the chest, abdomen, and leg, extensive..."
Gang, this nigga went Super Saiyan on her, fam. What the fuck?
Abrasions and bruising to the left side of her face, and human bite
Nah, this
marks
nigga's sick,
found
bro.
on the descendant's body, consistent with a violent physical struggle and intentional assault. The judge, after this...
Chat, what do you think she told that nigga, bro? To have this nigga go crazy like that? What the fuck you think he told? Or this nigga just crazy like that, chat? What y'all think?
Cause hearing found that there is probable cause for this case to move forward, and it is now reportedly headed to a grand jury. Joining us now to talk more about this case and where it could go from here is Rich Schoenstein, trial attorney. Thank you, as always, for being with us here on Law and Crime. You know, ChatGPT is a new tool for a lot of people. I know we often talk about text messages in cases like...
But to use that shit to ask for advice is like crazy, bruh.
This, but you're actually seeing, according to prosecutors, a defendant having reached out to ChatGPT asking what to do in this situation. What did you make of that development in this case?
Well, it's interesting. You know, we've seen now for a number of years critical evidence in electronic form. And in a lot of these cases, we hear about text messaging, we hear about emails, and we hear about internet searches, because we have cases where suspects, you know, searched on the internet how to clean up after a dead body, right?
Yeah, like
or something like that.
Shit.
And so this to me is just that, but with the new technology. He didn't allegedly do an internet search. He allegedly asked ChatGPT a question.
And you look at it too, and it's, you know, what he searched, from what we understand, it's not where he admitted guilt, but then similarly to text messages and some of the other data you can get from a phone or a computer, he was asking these questions a day before he calls 911. When you look at how strong the evidence may be against him in this case, just that fact alone, even if he's not, you know, it's not the forensic evidence part of it, but just there's clearly something amiss with the timeline he was giving law enforcement and what ChatGPT is saying. What do you make of that part of it as prosecutors are building their case against Aaron Lee?
Well, I think it's very helpful for the prosecution. It first of all, it contradicts directly the story that he told the authorities when they came. It shakes up the timeline, and it contradicts what he told law enforcement. So that's a problem. And it shows planning, and it shows potential consciousness of guilt. It is very damning evidence, is what it is. You know,
the pudding is in the pie.
rest of the evidence has to.
The pudding's in the pie, chat. The pudding is in the pie. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit, see if they talk about anything else, cause, bruh, he's cooked. Of the body cam of this, chat. Give me 1 second. We about to see if we can pull up the body cam. Bitch, I'm about to say, boy, that boy got the 4 Loco in that bitch. Hell nah. Nah, this man's sick though. Nah, bro lost the plot, bro. Bro overly lost the plot, chat. You could barely see anything because the shit's covered. I don't know if she's over there laying on the ground. I don't know. But I might be her laying over there on the ground, chat. Or on the couch, wherever. But if they have it blurred, for sure, it's definitely her over there.
We'll go right outside and talk while there. Yeah, it's fine. Tell me, so what's going on? You said you were up there sleeping.
Yeah, I was asleep.
Okay, what was she doing last time you saw her? Do you know around what time you saw her last?
I don't know. I don't know if she, but I guess went to take a shower. And then that's it. I was knocked out.
Around what time was that?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Did you work last night or?
No, sir.
Okay. What's with all the broken stuff in there?
The glass just shattered because we left the window open, and so when it got warm, when we reheated the house, it just like exploded. So I was just cleaning that up. So that was before I was falling asleep.
Exploded, right, yeah.
Okay.
I thought she was gonna come down and like finish it up from the dustpan, but I come back down, and then this is what happened. Is she okay? Is she okay?
I didn't work on it right now.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, chat.
So you said that, okay, so
Sick, bruh.
the window was open, so the house froze.
Yeah, it was cold. I didn't know that she like had it open, and so that just shattered. But like nothing was like.
You said then when you close the window, turn the heat on.
It just like, you know how it like shrinks and expands. That's all I know. She okay?
They're still working on it. What's her last name?
Petruo.
How do you spell that?
P-E-R-P-E-T.
He's sweating like shit. Boy, nervous.
Her first name?
Gabriella. G-A-B-R-I-E-L-L-A.
Do you know her birthday?
Yes, 8/19/1996.
Nice one.
I don't know that this. I do what I do know from. It was like last week, our second. It's like our second day here. She had slipped. We were trying to get a bath mat. So I know she's like. 'Cause I caught myself like before. That's why my left knee swollen. But I don't know what happens in the shower. She takes long showers, like really long showers, and I have absolutely no idea. Please grab it. I'll get my phone with that.
What do you about to grab a charger? Grab a charger.
Oh my God, babe. I didn't see me. I see me in the closet. Oh my God, Ben.
What is it you're looking for?
Looking for a big block.
Like a charging brick?
Yeah, the big one.
Jesus. Do you have kids in school?
We got kids?
Yeah.
No, sir.
You don't have kids that okay, that's what you have kids that are about to get off the bus or something.
Damn, the crib is trashed, cuh. Shit.
I don't see that.
Hell nah.
Oh my God, Belle. Oh my God. Smell, see? Yeah. See?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, chat. He's fried. He's deep fried, chat.
she has a theory. That's, I don't know. I don't even know if she has it. She keeps them in her back. She keeps it in her backpack. Come on.
L prompt, chat. L fucking prompt. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, chat. On a scale from 1 to 10, how guilty do you think this nigga is, chat? I think he's hella guilty. That ChatGPT shit just gave that shit all the way the fuck away. This dude is cooked, bro. And he has prior charges with the domestic shit, bro. He's guilty, gang. Shit is so sad, bro.
I don't know, is what I'm saying. And so I came down and then like she was just laying on the couch on her side. And then I'm like, hey man, what do you want to eat? And she's wasn't saying anything, and that's why I called 911 immediately. I'm like, what is going on? Because waking up, I'm like, what the hell happened? Like I was out, I was sleeping a long time. I'm trying to figure out. I don't know what happened.
Is she bleeding?
What's up?
Is she bleeding?
Was she?
Yeah.
Like actively? That I don't know.
I didn't see her just now.
Oh,
I didn't go up to her. I don't know. So what is so someone was bleeding because there's blood going down the stairs.
yeah, that's it. Was probably her. If you look back in the shower, back there's a book right there. I don't know if she felt like.
Chat, so that means he moved the body downstairs, all type of shit. Y'all let me know if y'all want me to keep up with it and actively be updating y'all with this case. But chat, this nigga is fried, bro. I swear, bro. Niggas just be doing anything. Next time, y'all. Peace out. Peace and love.